Hi, beautiful people. Good morning from Dhaka Bangladesh. How are you all doing? I'm gonna do two videos today. One is gonna be a fragrance review. Perhaps other one's gonna be, just a morning thoughts episode. Something important I want to discuss. It's a sensitive issue. I understand doing the work that I do. You'll see what I mean. But hopefully you can hear me. And today I'll be reviewing a new fragrance from House of Bentley. But this is more like initial impression. Okay, this is not a brand new. I mean, like a full-on review. So you can expect, perhaps if I buy a full bottle later, I will do a full-on review. So I have a sample that I purchased from the Decant House in Bangladesh, owned by my dear brother, Shafi Bhai, brother as in my friend. He's a fellow fragrance reviewer as well as admin in Fragrantica Bangladesh, my fragrance group. So this is the sample. It's called Silverlake. This is a 2020 release, I think, and this is still brand new. So many of you asked me to do full-on review. Many of you asked me to do initial impression because you want to know what this smells like. The reason being, this fragrance got a lot of comparison to one fragrance. That one is Acqua di Gio Essenza. So I'll compare that a little bit in terms of smell on initial impression as well, and I'll talk about, just say I wore it yesterday couple of times, just to see, let's say, the opening, longevity and projection. Yeah, so I can give you some initial impression. So that's basically what I can offer you, but I am yet to wear this outdoors. Okay, so remember that. So very good packaging, and I got it very, very quickly from Decant House. I'll put the link below. This fragrance is now going for 76 euro or pound or dollars, forgot, but it's pretty pricey at this point because it's brand new. So just like any other car companies would do, like Ferrari, Mercedes-Benz, initially they get expensive. But if you can wait for some few months, or like say a couple of months, fragrance price will go down to more like under $40, that price range. Okay, so that's the price tag. The bottle I don't have, but it follows these bottles. Okay, from House of Bentley for men. This is basically a flanker from this line. This is Bentley for men. Okay. Very first time I bought this one, actually this is my favorite too, Bentley for Men Intense. And then there's Bentley for Men Absolute. I have this version from, I think, Harrods exclusive, or I think it's the Middle Eastern, I forgot. So these three I reviewed. Obviously I want to own the new one too. Beautiful bottle. And as far as I know, Shafi Bhai told me the bottle actually lost some quality, like it's not as heavy as before. Okay, there's another one I reviewed called Azure. That one is very nice, violet base. So the bottle's now much lighter but looks really pretty. Okay, so as you can tell, I wore a significant amount, like let's say about almost 2 ml, or like 1.5 ml from the sample. This is a 5 ml sample. Let's spray this and talk about it. The dry down is on my hand here. Let me spray this once more for opening. Really nice sprayers. Okay, so this fragrance, scent strength on this one, it's longevity. Let me talk about longevity. It's solid. I got about 7 hours plus from this. So the moment you spray it on from big bottle, I think it's gonna really last, because Bentley line in general, even the Azure, the fresh one, that lasted a long time, just like the many other, the darker ones. This one, I would say it's more on the fresher side, and ideal season to wear this would be summer and spring. Okay, in Bangladesh condition, all year round, because it has a freshness, like if you know Dolce & Gabbana, the one gray, like the gray one, that one is very versatile, got the cardamom spices, bit fresh take on the one DNA, right? This one right here, it's interesting. So let's talk about the smell. When I sprayed for the first time, I was expecting, because I saw on Fragrantica, Shafi Bhai told me this fragrance is similar to Acqua di Gio Essenza, or this is very close to Essenza. To my nose, because everybody's taste is different, perhaps I'll pick it up later, but Essenza and this one in the same ballpark, but not, this is not a clone of Essenza. Okay, it has some fresh aquamarine, like a marine vibe, like a little bit of that, that spicy marine vibe that Acqua di Gio or Peri Elise 360 red offer. This one offers some, but by no means this is a clone of this. This is a different fragrance on its own. And is it good, better? I don't know. I'm not going to compare this to Essenza, but I'm just saying it has like 25 to 30% like a shadow of Essenza in this one. If you like Essenza, you're definitely going to like this. So the longevity is good, but projection is like first hour, it projects really well, but following hours, it starts projecting like little faint, like a little bit lighter. So it continues to project about like 3 hours and a half, like if you take an average. Okay, so that's not bad, but it's not a massive projector. How many were how many sprays? I would say you can go with this for say 5 sprays, 5 to 6 sprays will be good on Bangladesh condition. That'll be good for like air conditioned room, good for 6 to 7 hours. Outdoors, perhaps high heat, maybe 4 to 5. Winter time, this will Bangladesh winters, it will last about say 7 hours to 8, and projection would be softer. Okay, so it's a soft projection, not massive, but with good longevity on my skin. Shirt is a different story. So what else I get from it? This one reminds me of a lot of other fragrances: Essenza, Profondo, at some point Azaro Chrome, and that Azure, like Bentley for Men Azure, because that one sort of like provides this violet leaves, and this one has that violet leaves but with added spices, some woody notes, and up top you get some mandarin and citrus. That's what I get. So basically citrusy, cool metallic opening with like a cool breeze. I like the name, right? It's like a Silverlake. So imagine like cool breeze being flown over certain lake that you are like experiencing from a mountaintop, or like hills. It's like kind of like cold weathers, or you're among the clouds. Evoke the same feeling that you get from, let's say, Silver Mountain water. This one is Silver Lake. So I like the name. The bottle is very pretty. Overall, so far this fragrance, all I feel is positive. Some of the criticism I would give this fragrance is that this feels it is not as bold. Okay, perhaps they're trying to go for safe, understated, not like a gutsy. I would say like the most gutsy one is Bentley for Men Intense. If you like the boldness of this one, this is exactly polar opposite. That's one thing, if you want to take it as a criticism. Second thing is this fragrance, it's not none of the notes in this fragrance stands out. Okay, what I try to say is, let's say you talk about La Nuit de l'Homme, you can get that cardamom and that bergamot very prominent. It's known for the DNA. Bleu de Chanel, grapefruit, incense. Let's talk about say Hachivat. It has that pineapple note, very very strong. It throws out. This fragrance does not throw out any of the notes. It just is a mix of few notes, and it doesn't change so much in the transition. But I really like the way it stayed on my skin, and I can wake up, like after waking up, if you detect a fragrance like 5 to 7 hours later, that it has good performance. So if the prices go down to regular Bentley, it would be a good fragrance, not worth, in my humble opinion, like a full-on retail price. None of the fragrances are. But if you cannot wait, like you can get a sample. For if you're in Bangladesh, you can get it from their page, the Decant House. Or if you're overseas, if someone has this bottle, ask for a sample. Do not blind buy any fragrance. I don't think it's worth it. But if you wanted to know my initial impression, I had a lot to say, because I wear fragrances, I smell them. Thankfully, I can still detect smells and stuff. So yeah, this fragrance is a nice fragrance, but in my humble opinion, not an Essenza clone. Okay, and not a bad fragrance at all. That even if you do not like violet leaves, you still should look at it, because it has some of the notes that makes it very beautiful wearing, something safe, like the Pradas are. So this one, it's somewhere between Prada and Acqua di Gio, Chrome, CK1. It's in that family, but definitely good release from Bentley. I really like it, and I think I'll wear out the sample until I can secure a full bottle. I'll definitely be buying this bottle. It's a thumbs up for the fragrance. It's a very solid fragrance. Initial impression, I'm giving this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Okay, it's not 10 for me yet. The reason being, it's not say like what do you call, let's say I tested for first time Mr. Burberry, it blew me away. This one I liked a lot, did not blow me away, and perhaps is that comparison that you talk about Essenza. This one does not live up to that expectation. So take it out of the scenario. This fragrance, treat it as its own fragrance for Bentley. Very very good release, solid release. Thanks for watching. Time to move on to the second video. I want to talk about something serious today, all right? And hopefully you watch that episode, and just sharing my views. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.